Hey there, Johnny Graham here. Got another hiring tip for you. Hope you're well, hope you're having a good month. This month I want to talk about a hiring persona type called the background checker. Everybody knows one. We've all worked with somebody who hires and has a specific hiring strategy that's based on ringing a mate who knows a mate who knows a mate who knows a mate who knows the candidate that's sat in reception right now. And it's okay, I get that. Being duly diligent, there's nothing wrong with being duly diligent. We're all smart, but this is why you shouldn't do it. Firstly, the information is usually rubbish. If you're ringing a peer who knows a peer, who knows a peer, who knows a peer, who knows your candidate, that individual will usually have a bias or a point to prove to you. It's very, 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 very rare that the data that comes out of that request for information is clean. Very rare. There's always an agenda somewhere. I worked on a particular piece of work recently where one CEO rang another CEO, and whilst there was no real competitive difference between the two, some very negative words were said about a very, very good candidate, because actually a little bit of an axe got ground along the way. The other challenge I find with people that are into background checking is it forms too much of the overall pie chart of the basis of the hiring strategy and decision-making process. So it nearly always, when I see that happen in an organization or with an individual hiring manager, that one background check forms far too big a part of the decision itself rather than a small part. Actually, if you could guarantee that the background check you took with your mate who knows a mate who knows a mate who knows a mate on candidate X was only 5% of your decision, I'd say knock yourself out. Go do it as much as you can. Actually, data's data, it's information. And somebody might just tell you something that's useful, but it's very rarely 5%. It's usually 65 or 70 or 75% of somebody's decision-making criteria as to why they would or wouldn't hire them. What you're also doing is you're abdicating your own responsibility for the hire to somebody else. Why are you doing that? Why are you abdicating your responsibility for the hire? Are you not happy with the candidate? What have you seen in the interview that made you want to do a background check? Maybe that's something more about your interview skills, your ability to dig deep into the background of the candidate. Maybe your recruiter hasn't dug deep enough. Find out, but think about that one. Oh, finally, when you do the background check with a mate who knows a mate, who knows a mate, who knows a mate, who knows a mate, and you ring him up and say, I've been interviewing so-and-so, what do you make of him? You've just completely contravened every right they have under the General Data Protection Regulation and a million other privacy regulations for which you've just put your company on the hook. And we all know how much that can cost. So that's this month's hot hiring tip. Things not to do when you're hiring. If you ever want to talk about your hiring, you can always give me a call on 07908 573 450. Drop me a note to jonathan@inwood.co.uk. Have a great few weeks. See ya. Bye.